Poetry is the one place where people can speak their original human mind. It is the outlet for people to
Hello?
say in
Can you hear
public
me? Microphone
what
working?
is
No?
not in
Yes?
private.
Enter studio.
So here we are, and I'm your host, Waheeda Hussain. Under the umbrella of Neelam Saxena's page, we have all gathered. Namaste, Adab, Sat Sri Akal, on behalf of all, I usher to a poetic feed that is 35th International Poetry Meet, a treat. Eminent poets grace this sacred space. Their words will resonate across the globe. And let me welcome you. Let me welcome you all on behalf of all these eminent poets. We have with us Dr. Shailja Sharma. Welcome, ma'am. Dr. Shailja Sharma, she lives in Texas, USA. She's a mental health provider and a widely published author. Apart from scholarly publication and editorial service, Dr. Sharma's literary writings have been internationally acclaimed. Her publications have appeared in many literary journals, forums of repute across the USA, Canada, UK, and Asia. Congratulations to you, madam. Dr. Sharma's writing have appeared in best-selling anthologies published nationally and internationally. Her book, Dear Mama, An Immigrant's Secret Cry by Setu, Pittsburgh, USA, has been critically acclaimed. She has been awarded literary honors for her writing contributions in international language. Welcome, madam, once again. Our second poet is Margaret Blake. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Margaret Blake is an ordained minister in the Anglican Church, now retired from full-time ministry. She cares passionately about people living on the fringes of society, and those concerns frequently features in her writing. She writes both poetry and prose, both fiction and non-fiction, and has won several regional competitions in the UK. Margaret's work has been featured in 6 printed anthologies and in online publications such as Different Truths and Confluence. She is currently co-administrator of the online writing group Aspiring Writer Society and recently contributed to and co-edited their anthology, Seasons of Change, Reflecting Today, Dreaming Tomorrow. Welcome once again, madam, and congratulations to you for all your achievements. Our next poet is Dr. Sangeeta Sharma. Dr. Sangeeta Sharma, a Toronto based academic, is the senior editor of Setu, a bilingual international peer reviewed journal, and former head department of English in a degree college affiliated to the University of Mumbai. She has authored a book on Arthur Miller, 2 collections of poems. She has edited 6 anthologies on poetry, fiction, and criticism, solo and joint both, and 2 workbooks on communication. She has freelanced for the Times of India for 15 years. A book of hers is a reference at the Clayton State University, Georgia, USA. Currently, she hosts Setu's limited video series of literary and critical conversation available on YouTube. So here was a brief introduction of Dr. Sangeeta Sharma, and we have with us young and versatile from poet from Myanmar, He Min Thao. I hope I'm correct. Yes, I'm taking your name correctly.
Actually, it is Hey Min Tong.
Hey Minto. I'm so sorry.
Hey,
Hey
yeah,
Minto. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
okay. As in A.
Hey
Hey, as
Minto.
in aim. Hey,
Yeah.
aim.
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
as
And
in
thank you so
aim.
much for that
Just
correction.
like you pronounce it.
Heyman Thao
It
is a
doesn't matter.
poet by profession and a fiction writer by passion. He is a two-time winner of Distinguished Writer Award for Excellence in Literature from the Bharat Award for Literature International Short Story Competition. He has contributed numerous poems to acclaimed international literary websites and magazines, and is also the second prize winner of Chanting Bard Award for National Poetry Recitation held in Bangalore, Karnataka, India in 2023. Congratulations to you. He is the author of the debut poetry collection Crescendo, published by Express Publications from India, and the appointed editor of fiction as part of the Boundless Press literary magazine. And now, coming to our facilitator and admin, Neelam Saxena. She needs no introduction, but still, let me do this formality of introducing her. Neelam Saxena Chandra has authored six novels and nine short story collections, 44 poetry collections, and 50 children's books. She holds three records with the Limca Book of Records. She has received Sohan Lal Dwivedi Puraskar for Children's Literature by Maharashtra State Hindi Sahityak Academy for the year 2018. Premchand Award for Ministry of Railways, Rabindranath Tagore International Poetry Award, Freedom Award by Radio City for Lyrics, Award by American Embassy given by Gulzar Sahab, a Rural Lifetime Achievement Award, etc. Congratulations to you for all those awards. And she was also listed in Forbes as one among 78 most popular authors in the country in 2014. So, here,
Thank you, Waheeda, for that lovely introduction. And let me introduce the moderator, our dear Waheeda. Waheeda is a blogger and poet hailing from Jabalpur. She is also a school teacher with over 24 years of experience. Her love for writing short stories and poetry shines through her work, reflecting her dream of social justice and gender equality. With a strong belief in the power of literature to raise awareness on social issues like domestic violence and female feticide, she actively engages on social media platforms. Noteworthy for co-authoring about 20 anthologies and editing Shajar Ke Chhaw Tale, The Poet's Scribble, her debut book, Mend My Broken Wings, has garnered significant praise and awards showcasing her literary talents. And she also has a second book ready, which will be launched soon.
thank you so much. Thank you, Neelam. And without much ado, let us start with the first round. And now I invite Dr. Shailja Sharma to recite her poem, She is Born.
Okay. Thank you, Waheeda, for the kind introduction and making me part of this lovely group this morning. It is morning here. I'm from Texas, USA. Very happy to be part of this. Um, I will start my poem. It's called She is Born, and it was first published in Vice Owl in India. And it is on the process of the birth of a poem. So, she is born. When a sigh is sealed in the innermost drawer, when a sigh is sealed in the innermost drawer, when a virgin tear is slammed by the eyelid, when a fear is too afraid to be, when an ounce of joy spills on the entire sky, when the unspoken message is ready to push out, Just like when a baby is born, the heart starts peeling its layers one by one by one, and then the last. In that tender moment, poetry takes birth. Rejoice, she's born. Thank you.
Oh, that's lovely. Wonderful. She is born. Now I invite Margaret Blake to render her poem, Agni the Spark. Margaret, can you, am I audible, Margaret? Am I audible?
I think she's not able to hear.
Yeah, okay.
I suppose if she is, I've messaged her if
Hello,
she is able
Neelam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now. Yeah.
Yes,
Margaret,
yes.
Have you not? Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Agni,
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm working at a great disadvantage here. I cannot hear any of you, so forgive me for not tuning properly. I'm going to thank you, Neelam, for inviting me onto this poetry meet. I've been so looking forward to it and disappointed that technology is letting me down. However, let's not waste time. I'll give you my first offering. It's
yes.
called Agni, the Spark, reflecting on the god of fire, Agni. We reflect on the life-giving and life-destroying properties of fire. Darkness. No thing, no light, no body, nowhere. A spark flared, sparkled, flamed into life, giving warmth and light to the darkened world. Cavorting and chuckling, caroling creation into being, life flourished. Patterned skies, teeming waters, green canopies, all reflecting the sparkling star. A pause, a silence. Then man yawned, stretched, and came into being. He caught the spark, imprisoned it for himself, manipulated and molded it to serve his purpose. The sparkle faded. Only rage remained. Man hurled it loose, wreaking its devastation. The flames found easy prey. They caught and devoured all in their path. Greed, hate, and lust raged, poisoning all creation. Skies darkened, fish died, plant life perished, relationships fractured. The light dimmed, darkness edged closer, stifling, suffocating, swamping. All seemed lost, yet resurrection life beckoned, Agni. The spark collected itself, breathed anew its sparkle, gleamed once more, enlightening, enlivening, dancing into hearts and minds, burning away deathly dross, sweeping the world clean, purifying, refining, igniting flames of hope within. People rejoiced, responded, planted, tended, restored. Hands reached out in friendship, ripped down barbed borders, restoring the earth, healing relationships, uniting bodies and souls. Warmed, nurtured, and nourished by the sparkle of life, Agni, who watches, twinkling with glee. Thank you.
Namaste. Waheeda, you are on mute.
Yes, like everybody is invited to give comment, like whatever you feel like so strongly about the poem. You're all welcome to give your comments also.
It was a sparkling poem, is what I would
Yeah, that
say.
is what. Agni. Now I invite Dr. Sangeeta Sharma to render her poem, and it's on nature.
Yes, thank you so
Over
much.
to you, Sangeeta.
Thanks, Waheeda. Thanks, Neelam, for the invite and for the opportunity to share this platform with
It's
the
our pleasure.
likes of you. Such an achiever you are, and with others whom I have met for the first time here. Well, my two poems that I have selected to read today are recently published in Indian Literature Sahitya Academy's publication, bi-monthly publication. It's a prestigious journal.
Yes.
So here are my two poems, The Surreal Moon and Romancing the Blues.
In the first
So
round, you are requested to render one poem.
yeah, so which one I can read anyone,
Any.
right?
Ah, yeah, of your
Yeah.
choice.
So the more cheerful one I will select now. That's Romancing the Blues. Watch the cruising geese in the blues of Lake Ontario brimming. The serenity they exude is stunning, an epitome of harmony, undeterred and unflinched. On the wintry waves they swim, as if posing for a freeze frame, single or in a pair, or sometimes the family entire. The hen and the drakes on the icy surfs floating in tow sail the young goslings, rubbing their broad beaks face to face, indulge in courtship, very much alike, wooing human lovers who waltz in synchronized steps, clasped arms, flounce rhythmically round and round as they progress. Thank you.
That was a wonderful poem. Wonderful.
Great imagination and really
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
great imagination and great imagery, like, no?
Yes.
Wonderful
Yeah,
imagery.
imagery.
Wonderful. Love it.
Thank you.
So now, next we have our youngest and versatile poet from Myanmar, Hey Min Tho. I'm correct again, am I?
So, first of all, can you hear my voice very well?
Yeah,
Hello, can you
We
hear
can.
my voice very well?
yes, yes,
And
you're audible.
first of all, first, okay, first of all, before I get started with my poem, let me explain a little bit about my poem. Actually, the poem gonna be reciting was based on a picture prompt. As the picture is not convenient to be screen shared, let me describe the picture in words. So it's simply a wooden window with a transparent white cotton fabric shielded with a cotton fabric. Across it stretches a stem of some green plant. The You know, outside, sand buildings are vaguely seen. One is tall and the other is low. In the distance, up in the clear sky, there is the sun. Perhaps the sun may be coming up or maybe coming down, but I don't know exactly. I was just given the picture to write upon based on it. And it's by the window in proximity, there is a stem of semblance. So outside the day looks quiet and pleasant. So here goes the poem. The sun asks you not if it can rise aglow from eastern skies, if it can spread its saffron wings. It does its work well, indifferent to the prayers and curses of those who don't want its shine and grandeur. The sun asks you not if it can rise aglow from eastern skies, if it can spread its saffron wings. It does its work well, indifferent to the prayers and curses of those who don't want its shine and grandeur. To me, the light up in the thick cluster of an aureate crest, a sheen of promise from my nondescript window with the obstructive fabric of detachment sealed. To me, the light up in the thick cluster of an aureate crest, a sheen of promise from my nondescript window with the obstructive fabric of detachment sealed. I am a discarded plant. I am a discarded plant, once emerald green, with gaunt stems of and quivering, parched, withered, lost leaves. My limbs weakened from the vain struggle of freedom to belong to the oneness of the shackleless, boundless universe. My limbs weakened from the vain struggle of freedom to belong to the oneness of the shackleless, boundless universe. How the temporal, obscure existence of mind desiderates an ethereal tact of the bright eternity. Also, the sun asks me not if I desire to bathe in the pure glory of life, if I can emerge from the subjectivity of my walled window to merge into the objective universal being, or if I can live as a beauteous meaning beyond the mere existence, sipping the elixir of the eternal. Only it goes on to be what it is meant to be, and carrying the dying, and carrying the dying for a drop of liberation. Thank you. That's the end of my poem.
Very subtle and very deep. It has a very deep emotions. Like, I don't know what I have interpreted and what you have written, but according to me, it's a very deep poem. It brings out your emotions so well, like what you want to convey. Now, Neelam, it's your turn. Please do us the honors.
Thank you, dear Waheeda. My poem is titled The Tree. The morning was soaking in emotions. It was raining outside as well as inside. Some unknown fear had carved a tunnel right up to the center of my heart, just like a rabbit finds its way inside the bosom of the earth, making the chambers of my heart beat thud, thud, thud. Was the fear growing steadily, just like a sapling transforms into a tree, and it remained unnoticed? Or was it an old barren tree that had suddenly sprung into life with the drizzling? Or was it a tree that always existed and I was simply neglecting it? While I was trembling in nervousness, I wondered why such a tree should always cause distress. It might bloom as well and spread gaiety with its colorful flowers, all set to metamorphose the tree of fear into the tree of eternal joy with my optimism. I sat down calmly and smiled. With my smile, the tree flowered on its own, and I could see happiness everywhere in the milieu. Thank you.
That's a beautiful metaphor. Yeah, the tree you have used for your feelings, both inner and outside. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. So
So let me,
the
Wonderful.
tree represents you, your feelings.
yeah, we
And
always
she always has
personify.
that
You know
optimism
what?
as a
You know
hallmark of her
what?
writing.
Yeah.
We are. Our mood. It all depends upon our mood. I have seen. We find things beautiful when we are in a very good and a pleasant mood, and when we are not, we are very gloomy. Then sort of we try to we don't focus on good things at that time. Mostly on negative things and negative. Even the objects appear to be negative to us. So that was a wonderful poem, no doubt about it.
Thank you,
And
Vaida.
Is,
Uh,
is the
and
volume
it's
low from your end? Because somehow I am not able to hear very clearly. Is
my
it
end.
some?
from my end,
Yeah, because here it is 100%. So there's no doubt. But maybe at your end there's some issue because I can't hear everybody. Whenever they recited, I couldn't hear very clearly. A
okay.
line or two I missed
That
out.
means the problem is
Yeah,
somewhere
maybe
there.
because of the. Uh, I don't know. My At my end, because it's quite stormy outside, like it's
Uh-huh.
raining.
No, no, but we are able to hear you.
Mhm.
I'm able
No
to hear
problem.
The
Shailja.
most
I'm
Yes.
part
able
of
to hear
your
Margaret.
recitation I could hear Neelam's, but especially in Margaret's case, I missed out few lines, or in Shailaja's.
No,
Maybe they
then
were
the problem
softer
has to be
kind of
at your end.
Maybe sometime.
yeah.
So these technical things have a lot of glitches.
Mm.
Don't worry. So we'll share our poems, or we can
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
later.
Yes,
So
yes.
let me now invite Wahida with a few
Hmm.
lines. A dot I am in a world of infinite lines, and yet my existence meaningful. For free I am to follow the directions as per wishes mine. And who
Wow.
doesn't want to be free and follow the course of one's will, a path that's unbounded? Let's hear our beautiful moderator Wahida as she renders her poem. Wahida.
Thank you so much. That my a very short one, the plea of a young girl. Now here she says, "Let me be liberated. Let me be free, like Zephyr gently caressing the wild sea. Let me play hide and seek with the naughty orb before it bleaks. Let me prance on my own tune, chasing stars amidst sand dunes. Let me retain my space, dancing through patriarchal norms with grace. Let me let my steps be fierce and bold, so that I march ahead without do and don'ts. Let my soul be aligned in symmetry with the universe cosmic mystery. Let me be both fire and ice, with my twist blazing and misty twirls. Let me be liberated, let me be free. Let like Zephyr gently caressing the wild sea. Thank you. So that was a short poem from
It was a
my
short but wonderful poem. Very nice, very
a plea
nice.
of a young girl. Mostly Indian girls I'm talking about here. Middle class Indian girls. They want to be liberated, they want to be free.
Yes.
Now, moving to our next round, I again invited Dr. Shailja Sharma for her next poem.
Thank you again. My next poem is called Jamun, the Indian Blackberry.
Yes, my favorite Jammu.
And this was first published in Setu from Pittsburgh, USA, that no one needs an introduction of. I am so happy that Dr. Sangeeta Sharma is here, who's such a big part of Setu, and it's one of her beautiful ventures. So I will present this poem called Jamun, the Indian Blackberry.
Yeah.
Often on bright afternoons, a cart of blackberries moved through hustling, bustling streets of my hometown. Suddenly, one day, the wheel stuck into debris, the cart cracked, and the berries rolled down one after one and another. My fruit was crumbled by rude tires and hasty feet, yet traces grooved deep in my heart. Time elapsed, but it still hurts to eat the blackberry. Berries tasted much sweeter in your lap. Your wrinkled hands knew the art of tossing them in homemade salt. Each wrinkle summed up the story of generations of human existence. Grandmother, your blackberry sized lifespan gave me a crippling peek into death and its non negotiability, and the myth called life, the myth that I claim to be a part of. Thank you.
Very nice, very nice.
Lovely poem.
Yes,
Thank you.
wonderful. That was a really wonderful poem. And now, for the second round, I invite Margaret Blake to render her poem. The second one, Apollo. The title of her poem is Apollo. Yes, Margaret?
Hello, hello again. Thank you for the message. I'm looking forward to hopefully catching up on hearing all the poems on Facebook after the event. But in the meantime, here's my second offering, which is also based on mythology. This time, a god from the Greek and Roman times, Apollo, who was the god of music, poetry, healing, agriculture, prophecy, and archery. I guess you might say he was quite a guy. So a short poem entitled Apollo. He moved in light, a beardless youth, lyre and bow, constant companion. Mortals trembled at his presence, divine justice threatening all. Yet purification was his to offer, healing found through harmony, gifting order and stability to soothe the chaos of human entity. Creative, art and music flowing, brave and fearless, python slaying, Delphi oracle, wisdom offering for all who seek for truth. Ah, where today is truth? Chaos and darkness lurk nearby. The muse is stilled, world dying, death. Oh, where is Apollo now? That's it.
Yeah, lovely. Well, short one, but a lovely one. Naturally, with the kind of life we have of chaos and it's really become very.
So
Where is
pleased you could
Apollo?
hear.
Yeah, the question put up is where is Apollo, and we need Apollo. Of course, we need that. We need God, and to have little peace and calm in our lives. It has really become hustle and bustle, all around. A lot of chaos. Thank you so much, Margaret, for that poem. And now I invite Dr. Sangeeta Sharma to recite next one.
Well, my second poem is titled The Surreal Moon. The full moon in the skies does not always thrill. Scarce in the dark, lonely nights, traversing the jungles, augments the loneliness and the night's eeriness. The long shadows unnerve, the dried wood crackles, and chirping of the crickets evokes a sinister feel. The stories of the ghouls and the witches, mugging and murders on the mental landscape surface nebulous and send a chill down the spine. The tall, diabolical tree trunks seem to be haunted by spirits unfulfilled. Each moment becomes a wait for something portentous. That's it. The other
Wow.
side of the moon. Usually, it is like we admire the moon for its beauty
Beauty
and for the beautiful moonlight, but sometimes it's scary
is
too.
scary. No doubt about it. Like,
Thank you
you have
for
a
making
good,
this.
way of putting things. Your imagination is very powerful.
Thank you.
I mean, beautifully, beautifully put up,
Thanks.
beautifully described. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now, Neelam, to you. Over to
I
you,
think
Neelam.
it's Hin's
No,
turn.
no, yes, yes. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Yeah.
In
Yes, he was so quiet, na, really. Are you there? Yeah, he's there. Of course, he's there. I'm just joking. Yes. So we have with us Hemant Thao. Now for your second round, I invite you to render your poem.
Me?
Yes, of course, you.
It's me? Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So for the second round, I have picked out one of the poems from my award-winning poetry book, Crescendo, which has most recently won me Panorama Golden Book Award for Literature in the youth category. The title of this poem, before I get started, let me explain what the word Samudia means in English. As it is defined in Buddha literature. The word is spelled like Samudaya. Samudya. It starts with the letter S, but in the correct pronunciation, we pronounce it like Samudya. So in Buddha literature, it is defined as attachment. Human has, can I say, obsession. Obsession is the cause of miseries. Samudya is the cause of misery. Attachment resulting from the possession of temporal beings like people, human. We have formed several attachments to objects, to people. So that is the cause of our miseries in this human world. So let me get started. Let me start with the poem. The title is The Ray, R-A-Y, The Ray. Here goes the poem, The Ray. Following a stoic walk on the blade of passion, in youth where of last, following a stoic walk on the blade of passion, in nude wear of lust. The pusillanimous heart lives in the lot. The pusillanimous heart lives in the lot. A sullen stare of Thamudia outlined. A sullen stare of Thamudia outlined. In a twin of moist cosmic circles under the dewfall of eternal dusk, in a twin of moist cosmic circles under the dewfall of eternal dusk, yet there being doused eyes in the opaque silhouette of narcissistic soul, yet there being doused eyes in the opaque silhouette of narcissistic soul. Stained are the stripes, the skin, the crest, gliding high and low. Stained are the stripes, the skin, the crest, gliding high and low. Through the recurrence of double-sided circumstance. Through the recurrence of double-sided circumstance. Languorous tears carrying nuanced ways healed in. Languorous tears carrying nuanced ways healed in the petrica of bread-beaded lacuna. The petrica of bread-beaded lacuna. Hopes bred to keep the deflatable stray balloon buoyant and light. Hopes spread to keep the deflatable stray balloon buoyant and light. Peer across at desired images in the blur of far off days. Peer across at desired images stirring in the blur of far off days. Vows thin as air merged into apotheosis fringed with sharp superciliousness. Vows thin as air merged into apotheosis fringed with sharp superciliousness. Assure totals shamelessly give their mighty voice. Assured totals shamelessly give the mighty voice, lofty message from the base of the deep nothingness, lofty message from the base of the deep nothingness. Some deserted visages are reminded that by wet remnants coming over. Some deserted visages are reminded by wet remnants coming over. When novelties grow old and dim, hands that could pluck blossoms of rare hues. When novelties grow old and dim, hands that could pluck blossoms of rare hues are left only with suggestive fragrance to inhale, ruminate, are left only with suggestive fragrance to inhale, ruminate. A mocked truth surfaces, grabs, unleashed with burdened sighs. A soft dream, a mocked truth surfaces, grabs, unleashed with burdened sighs. A soft dream through a hollow interlude always. A soft dream through a hollow interlude always. Waking up with ancillous conundrums to the haze of abysmal resurrections. Waking up with ancillous conundrums to the haze of abysmal resurrections. Thank you.
Yes, after the philosophical poet, now let me move on to Neelam.
Thank you,
Uh,
Waheeda.
yes, she'll be rendering her poem on girl child. Yes.
Thank you, dear. So, my poem is titled Daughter. And I'm
Okay.
speaking from the point of view of an unborn fetus of a daughter. Here goes the poem. I'm shaken up due to tremors. What's happening? I'm shaken up due to tremors. What's happening? Is someone hitting at the tummy of my dear mom? But who's that cruel fellow? Will I survive this? I can hear the wailing of my mom. I want to comfort her, but I can't. I'm inside a womb. Is the person hitting her close to her? Then why is he hitting? Oh, now I can hear a man say, I don't want the girl. Am I unwanted? Am I being killed before my birth? I listen to my mom's sobs and pleas. She's your first child. So what if she's a daughter? Is the man hitting my mom with an intention to kill me? My father? The tremors wane. Someone has arrived. I can't hear my father's voice anymore. Has the storm subsided? But it has raised storms in my mind, the mind of a fetus. Why should I enter a world where I am unwelcome? Helpless, I lie down, swim to the comfort of the liquid around me. My mom is petting her tummy with an intention of comforting me, I suppose, but I am not happy any longer. Time has come for me to go out into the world. I don't want to. I don't want to. I shiver at the thought. The world is not a nice place to be in for daughters who are unwanted. The desire to kill myself is at a high. However, my mom, sensing my unease, says, I need you, baby. I understand her. I surrender. I see the mammoth world with no place for me. My mom holds my little hand, then gives me her index finger. I hold it tight. Yes, I have to make her proud someday. I have to make her proud someday. So that was my poem
Very
titled Daughter.
nice.
Very nice.
The drama in your poetry, I really loved it. The way you recited, na, really. We could, I mean, it was so relatable. We could feel it. The plea of that young fetus who doesn't want to come out from a mother's womb. Wonderful.
Very
Thank
passionate and
you.
touching.
Yeah, very passionate.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, friends, our moderator here, Waheeda, wants to be a tree. What a lovely idea indeed. Those swinging branches, those fragrant flowers, those much relished fruits, and then those sturdy roots that keep us grounded. But what tree does Waheeda wish to be? Waheeda, can you please tell us?
Yes. What tree am I? That is what. This is I don't know. I was being foolish or something like that because I was traveling to Nagpur that time, and I was all alone in my, not alone. I was with my sister-in-law, and she was sleeping, and I was just watching, and then I wrote this whole thing, whatever you call it as a poetry. I don't know. Just my imagination. What tree am I? Sometimes I want to be an old banyan tree, standing magnificently tall with roots so profound. I believe my soul to be ancient and wise, where branches reach far and wide. When I see the misery all around, I want to be a healer, the humble neem. We all know what neem is. The humble neem, bitter, but with attribute that heals and purifies. When life is good, I become a sandalwood, spreading my fragrance and enchanting aroma, my heart brimming with love and devoid of trauma. In summers, I desire to be a mango tree with fruit so sweet and golden to offer my gifts to young children and to witness the joy they behold. When I am on the mountains, the odor fascinates me. I imagine myself like a fortified wall touching the heavens above. Whatever tree I may choose to be, surely my splendor will grace the the revered. Sorry, whatever tree I may choose to be, surely my splendor will grace the revered land which holds me, and will stand steadfast and strong amid all seasons, whether comes tempest or storms. Thank you.
Wonderful.
So,
Very nice poem. Very nice.
Very beautiful.
Very nice poem.
thank you. So now we come to an end of a beautiful session, International 35th International Poetry Meet, and let me enlighten our viewers, the viewers who don't know that every month, Neelam, she organized International Poetry Meet also. There are so many programs, but this is one constant and steadfast one which I have seen with different hosts and with different admins. But it is always, it is never missed every month. It is one thing which is very, is constant like a North Star, I should say. And thank you, everyone, all the viewers and lovely poets. And it was real pleasure and honor to meet you all and listen to your wonderful poems. And thank you, Neelam, for such a wonderful platform for all of us so that we can meet and interact. And now over to you, dear Neelam.
I would love to thank Dr. Shailja, Dr. Sangeeta, Margaret, Hein, Waheeda, and all our dear viewers who are with us in this wonderful meet. And it's with viewers that we also grow, and we also grow by listening to each other. So we become a tree, in Waheeda's words. So thank you so much for joining today.
Yes. Thank you, our
Thanks
lovely
for the
viewers, also
opportunity.
for joining us
Thanks to
and
you too.
encouraging us with wonderful comments. Good night and Shabbat Khair.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Shabbat khair.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Have a good night.
Good night.